Corren Johnson, Director of the Baltimore City Department of Transportation. Even though it is 73 degrees here in November and even hotter here in the sun, we're here to talk about snow today. With the winter season just around the corner, we are here to announce that the City of Baltimore is fully prepared for inclement weather. Under the leadership of Mayor Brandon Scott, the Baltimore City Snow Team has been working very hard to ensure that we are ready to deliver prompt and efficient service to the residents of Baltimore. The Department of Transportation, along with the Departments of Public Works, Recreation and Parks, General Services, have all been working together to prepare for this season. Since early summer, we have examined operations to ensure we have all the tools and resources necessary to efficiently execute our snow program. Our snow team has worked very hard to prepare for the winter ahead, and we are ready to perform. I want to thank all our partners here today that comprise the City Snow Team, who helps keep city streets safe and passable, including the Department of Public Works, Recreation and Parks, General Services, BSIT, the Baltimore Police Department, Fire, Health, Housing and Community Development, the Office of Homeless Services, and the Office of Emergency Management. As we approach this winter, you have our commitment that we are fully prepared to serve the citizens of the City of Baltimore. The winter weather can be very unpredictable, so we ask you and we encourage you, everyone, to be prepared for this season so that you're safe in all your travels. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce Mayor Brandon Scott.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for being here this afternoon. As we announce in balmy 70-degree weather that Baltimore is ready for winter, and we have to really think and understand that this is under the leadership of Director Johnson, and we have thoroughly examined our snow operations to improve the level of service we deliver to the residents of Baltimore, although we all hope that the snow never, ever, ever shows up. I want to thank Director Johnson and her team for bringing us all together today, along with all of our partners from Baltimore City Snow Team. I would also like to thank Commissioner Worley, Fire Chief Wallace, Joey Henderson, the Director of the Mayor's Office of Emergency Management, everybody that works to make sure that Baltimore, when we have winter weather, is ready to make sure that we push forward to get all the services needed for our residents. And also Director Simmons, the Director of the Mayor's Office of Homeless Services, for supporting our snow operations and our most vulnerable residents during the winter season. The winter season is quickly approaching, even though you can't realize it today. And I'm proud to announce that we are fully prepared for winter weather and whatever Mother Nature may bring us in Baltimore. With a snow budget of $6.8 million, the City Snow Removal Program includes over 300 essential personnel, 294 pieces of equipment, and more than 300 pieces of contractor equipment. We are fully stocked with over 15,000 tons of salt, and our snow crews are ready for the winter season. We have thoroughly examined our snow operations to improve the level of service that we deliver, and I am extremely confident that Director Johnson and team are prepared for any snow that comes our way, but we're going to all hope and pray that none of it comes our way this winter. But it's not just our snow team that needs to prepare. We also need the residents of Baltimore to plan ahead and be ready for winter weather. I know you're going to be watching this and you're going to say it's hot. But tomorrow it'll be 50 degrees, and this is Baltimore. Next week it could be 30. You never know when winter is going to approach us, so be prepared. And gearing up for colder weather, we strongly advise residents who do not have to travel to remain indoors when winter storms come our way. This allows our crews to treat our streets more efficiently because vehicles that become disabled or obstruct the movement of plows hinder our removal efforts. In other words, when it snows, if you don't have to go out, stay at home. We also advise residents who must travel during the storm to take precautions and be well prepared before driving. Residents should act now to assemble emergency supply kits for both their homes and their vehicles. Residents should also become familiar with the 3 phases of the City Snow Emergency Plan and know before you go if traveling, and follow posted parking restrictions when Phase 2 of the Snow Emergency Plan is in effect. Citizens should visit the City Snow page at snow.baltimore.gov snow.baltimorecity.gov. Again, that's snow.baltimorecity.gov for updated information during inclement weather. And please, of course, follow the City Department of Transportation, DPW, my social media for updates as well. We want everyone to remain safe this winter, and I encourage all of Baltimore to prepare now for the snow season ahead. Thank you very much, and I'd like to turn it over to Director Luna for the Department of Public Works.
Thank you, Mayor Scott, and thank you, Director Johnson. So each winter, the Baltimore City Department of Public Works collaborates closely with the Department of Transportation and multiple other agencies to remove snow and ice from city streets. One thing important to remember is that when when weather is frigid, water mains may break and water surfaces can freeze. So residents should prepare now for any emergencies that could come up if we have severe temperatures this winter. Always have bottled water on hand as an emergency supply. If your pipes freeze and water mains break, or the storms can take out power at one of our pumping stations, you may have to rely on that water for several days. So do your part now and have that water on hand. Keep your water services lines from freezing. So when temperatures remain at or below 25 degrees for a prolonged period, we recommend keeping a thin stream of water running from a faucet in the lowest level of your home. So think of that as like a small-sized pencil in keeping that water stream flowing. Please ensure that all of your outside hoses are disconnected now and that water to any outdoor faucet is turned off over the winter months. You should also periodically check your sump pump, as frozen lines can lead to flooded basements. Again, as the mayor had mentioned earlier, we urge residents to prepare now for the weather that could be ahead of us. Please remember that the Department of Public Works remains the city's side of the meter vault, so repairs on the property are within the responsibility of the homeowner. And in severe weather, please keep tuned to all of our DPW social media sites or website for updates on any kind of water main breaks or repair work that's happening. Remember, if you see water bubbling up or freezing on the street, please call 311 in Baltimore City. And if you're in Baltimore County, please call 410-396-5352. Again, thank you very much, and I'm going to bring up next DGS Director Berke Attila.
Thank you, Director Luna. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Department of General Services, my name is Director Berke Attila. As the backbone of the City of Baltimore, DGS has the job to ensure that the city's fleet of vehicles and office buildings are prepared and operational in all conditions. For us, the winter season begins in the summer, when our fleet management team begins performing preventative maintenance on snow vehicles. This year we started on July 5th, with some shops starting work as early as May. When we perform what we call a snow PM on an asset, we are thoroughly assessing it and making all necessary repairs to ensure the vehicle is ready to respond when there's a snow emergency. Preventative maintenance work on a vehicle could include fixing on a plow, on a truck, or ensuring a hydraulic system has the adequate fluids. As of today, our fleet team has completed 80% of our snow PMs, with all 20 of the city's brine trucks having been completed back in May. DGS is on track to have 100% completion of snow PMs by December 15th. At the same time, our facilities maintenance team also have been working hard to ensure that all buildings are prepared for the winter season, and the supplies are in place to keep walkways and entrances safe for our employees and citizens. PM has been completed on schedule for all buildings, HVAC units, as well as other critical systems. In addition, all FMD staff have been trained by fleet on the proper use of snow equipment. Facilities management maintains snow removal responsibility for more than 50 city-owned facilities, and our contracts are placed for use of vendors to assist with snow removal. Our portfolio includes downtown campus, outliers such as community action program centers and police districts, as well as surplus schools, where we ensure that sidewalks are clear for public safety. Our service includes pre-treating road and sidewalk surfaces before any forecasted storms, as well as cleanup during and after the weather event. When winter weather event occur, FMD switches to 12-hour shifts and until each event closes. I want to thank Abrar Abukadir, the fleet maintenance chief and entire fleet management team for their hard work for preparing the city fleet for the winter season, as well as Terrell Chesson, our deputy, as well as the acting chief of our whole facilities team, for ensuring that the city's buildings are prepared. Our goal is to ensure that the city operations continue to serve Baltimore residents all year long, including snow emergencies. Thank you to our sister agencies for the continued partnership, and Baltimore City is officially winter ready. Now I'm going to turn it over to Chief Follis for his remarks. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Director, and good afternoon. I'm Chief Wallace from the Baltimore City Fire Department. As winter season fast approaches, it is important for all of us to do our part to prepare for severe winter weather and to minimize the negative impacts that could occur to our families and our homes. To keep you and your family safe during winter months, the Baltimore City Fire Department recommends that you consider the following tips. First, if you must go outside during winter weather events, wear extra layers of clothing and stay warm. When exposed to cold temperatures, your body begins to lose heat faster than it can be reproduced, and it is very important to remember to use caution during extremely cold temperatures and severe winter weather to prevent injuries and illnesses such as hypothermia and frostbite. Older adults and children are especially at risk, so please, we implore everyone to check on their neighbors. Power outages may occur because of down power lines. If you see a down power line, do not approach it, move away, and immediately call 911. During a power outage, use flashlights instead of candles for lighting and keep extra batteries in stock at all times. If you plan to use a wood stove, fireplace, or an electric space heater, be extremely careful. Combustible materials such as clothing, furniture, and other like materials should be kept at least 5 feet away from any heat source, and any device noted to have damage to its electrical cord should never be used. We ask that you only use generators outside of your home and at least 20 feet away from doors and windows. Each year, well over 400 people die from carbon monoxide poisoning in the United States, and an additional 100,000 yearly are treated for carbon monoxide-related illnesses. Carbon monoxide can also be generated by natural gas and heating oil-fired furnaces, hot water heaters, and kitchen appliances as well. It is imperative that these appliances be well maintained by the owner and that inspections and repairs be conducted only by licensed professionals. Finally, be sure to install and maintain working smoke alarms and carbon monoxide detectors in your home. For your convenience, city residents can contact 311 and the Baltimore City Fire Department will install free smoke alarms in your home within 2 hours of that call. I'll now turn it over to Director Joey Henderson from the Office of Emergency Management for additional remarks.
Thank you, Chief Wallace. Good afternoon. My name is Joey Henderson. I'm the Director of the Office of Emergency Management. OEM's primary responsibility is to coordinate city agencies when handling large-scale events. OEM manages the Emergency Operations Center, which can be activated to provide a citywide coordination of any event that might happen during the winter months. OEM would like to remind our residents a few preparedness tips. 1, be prepared. When dealing with home preparedness, make sure you have enough food, water, and medicine around for at least 72 hours. Make sure you have an alternate means of charging your cell phones in case you lose power. Know where your water shutoffs are in case you have a burst water pipe. When dealing with vehicles, as the mayor stated, if you don't need to go out, don't venture out. Allow our crews to do their jobs. Check on conditions before you go out if you have to go. Maintain a small emergency kit, a blanket, snacks, water in your vehicle in case your car breaks down. And finally, have multiple ways of getting to work and getting home. Have a plan. Have a family emergency plan that you can take with you if you need to leave your home rapidly. Develop a communications plan. Have a plan that you can maintain communication with your family, your neighbors, and especially your elderly family members. And then stay informed. We want you to continue to monitor local news and radio. We also want you to follow Baltimore City's OEM on our social media platforms. And if you haven't already done so, sign up for the Be More Alert, our emergency notification system. And you can do so by texting Be More Alert to 888-777, or you can go to our website, emergency.baltimorecity.gov. We're here to continue to support the city and continue to support DOT during our winter months. And thank you, and at this time I'll turn it back over to Director Johnson for closing remarks.
Thank you, Director Henderson. And thanks again to all of our wonderful speakers today for providing such useful information for our preparation in the upcoming winter season. Before we bring this event to a close, we would like to open the floor to welcome any questions from the press. So I'm not sure what you were referring to as far as the new. So we do have devices that can be interchangeable that they can plow the bike areas, fits in more narrow spaces, but not necessarily a brand new thing. It's been implemented in past seasons. I can hear you.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Thank you. First of all, be patient is the most important thing. I think, Dave, that the city has gotten significantly better on dealing with snow removal in recent years. We're going to continue to be better. I know that Director Johnson and the OEM team know that I'm going to be there looking and checking every single thing myself to make sure that every street that's supposed to be clear in the appropriate time is clear. But I think it's important for people to get familiar with the snow.baltimorecity.gov page and understand the hierarchy on when streets are going to be done. We have to have the understanding that if you live on the smallest of the smallest side street, that's not going to be done as soon as the snow hits the ground. We have to be patient and allow the crews to do their work, and they will get to you. But put it into 311, and we'll make sure that happens for you. Yes, sir.
When it snows quite heavily and it needs to be physically removed from an area, we haven't dealt with it in the Is that still going to be practiced as the case?
I think that, well, let me just say this first, Dave. I think that's when we had those back-to-back blizzards, and I was in the emergency operations center during that time as a staffer, and we know that was a very rare occasion. We hope that we don't have that again, but we know that, as you very well know, we just announced today that the harbor is swimmable most days, right? And we want to make sure that we're continuing the work of making our inner harbor more healthy each and every day. When we are having to dispose of snow in different ways, we'll have to analyze that as we get to it. But we're not just going to be planning to automatically go and dump snow into the harbor. We have to be smarter about how we remove that snow. But also, we hope to not have two back-to-back blizzards that gets us 40 inches of snow. I think you might jinx us, but thanks. Absolutely, and the director is behind you, Christina. All of these folks know that we have to, everybody, right? If it's someone that's driving the snowplow to interact someone that's homeless and needs shelter, that they are supposed to refer that so that the team can come out and get to those people. Our police officers, as you know, do that. Fire does that, and we're going to have every single agency, but also we want the residents to do that too. If you see someone, right, let us know so that MOHS and our partners in the community can get to those folks and make sure that they have shelter during winter weather, but also the bitter cold as well.
Y'all heard Brian.
Anybody else? All right. Thank you very much.